every child has a right to health and happiness.
But there are an awful lot of children that don't even have that.
And there are a lot of parents whose children are healthy and happy now who live in fear. I know I do. The fear is polio, infantile paralysis.
Polio is no respecter of people. The rich, the poor, the strong, the weak, no one is immune.
But soon, perhaps within a year, there may be a vaccine. A vaccine available to all that may be the answer.
The polio vaccine, created by Jonas Salk in 1955, not only eliminated polio in the United States, but created unity in the nation and set the precedent for modern medical research in health. Polio is a virus that causes muscles in the body to atrophy rapidly, with no hope of growing back. The virus has been around since about 1400 BC. Some victims of polio become paralyzed in their legs, arms, or wherever they may have lost muscular tissue. In many cases, victims of polio became unable to breathe and could only survive in giant machines called iron lungs. In the early 1900s, people were unsure what polio was or what caused it. The disease created a massive panic, especially since it seemed to target children. Before 1955, on average, about 35,000 people contracted polio each year. In 1921, Franklin Delano Roosevelt contracted polio. He later founded the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, which later became known as the March of Dimes.
People say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood.
The organization's goal was to cure polio by finding a vaccine. People all over the nation, every age, every race, every class, united together and donated to the cause. After only a few weeks, 2,680,000 dimes had been sent in. An unprecedented number of children, called polio pioneers, participated in the clinical trials. Protecting the public from polio was, in the truest sense, a national project. In 1955, the announcement was finally made that we had licked polio. After extensive and widespread clinical trials, the vaccine had been declared 90% effective with no harmful side effects. People all over the country rushed to get inoculated, relieved that they could now be safe from their old enemy. Just a year after the vaccine was introduced, the amount of polio cases in the country was cut in half. In 1979, there were 0 polio cases. Polio had been completely eradicated from the United States. The invention of the polio vaccine has also positively impacted medical procedure today. Vaccines are now compulsory to enter the public school system in all states unless a child's parent objects to them for religious or other reasons. One of the great legacies left by Jonas Salk was his decision to not patent his invention. "There is no patent," he said. "Could you patent the sun?" Today, all eligible children can get vaccinated for free. However, there are many today who doubt the usefulness of vaccines. The parents of this generation do not remember the horrors of polio and other diseases that were rampant before vaccines were made for them. Many are correlating autism or other non-existent side effects with vaccines. Today, only 86% of children are up to date with their vaccines. While it is true that a few people are actually allergic to some ingredients used to make vaccines, it only means that it is all the more important for those who are not allergic to get inoculated so that they don't pass diseases onto those who are more vulnerable. While polio is rare in the United States, other countries still have many sad cases of polio. If more people remember the terror one disease caused in our own nation and the cause of Jonas Salk, we can make sure that we stay healthy as a nation, and we can continue to help other nations in need.